Hello everyone, welcome to a new video, and this one is going to be based on the T shape and using the T shape, which I think was, I'm not sure if it was created by Tom Richmond, but he covers it quite a lot, using the T shape to get a likeness in caricature. So by T shape, if I just show you here what I mean, literally mean the letter T, and how we can use this to pick up the most important features of a face. So if I just get shot of what we got here, go on a layer above, use green, and if we look at the subject, the T shape is basically, and that needs to be above, it's basically that's a T shape, and that's the most important, one of the most important parts of getting a resemblance. So the other most important part for me is the head shape, which sort of plays along with the T shape because features interact with each other. For example, if we say have a long nose, let's clear that a sec. If we have a long nose, this in turn will usually pull the eyes together. If we have, like babies, children, short button nose, this will enlarge the eyes, usually stretch them out to give you that cutesy look. So everybody's different, but that's just a general rule of thumb. Obviously the average standard face is just a normal letter T with the same length, distance, corresponding to each other. So this is how I use it, and there's not really a lot on it on YouTube in particular, so that's why I wanted to do this video. So I used it here to get this likeness. I'm pretty new to it myself, but it's very interesting because you can get a likeness which is different to what I used to do, which was just using my eye and going with the flow. So you can get a likeness. If I just show you another one I did. You see, so I've just used the T shape there. It's quite hard drawing pretty attractive people. It's quite hard to do them in caricature. With this T shape, it really does help. So I'm hoping you can get something from it. So let's just quickly start off by grabbing a pencil. That shall do. And let's grab a subject. Let's start with my boy, so I can show you what a youth face sort of looks like. So I start every face with a circle, a line down the middle, and a line across the middle. Now I do this on age. If I'm sort of doing an older gentleman, I'll be sort of putting this line slightly higher, and if I'm doing a kid, I'll be going slightly lower with my line because I know that I'm going to be pushing the nose up regardless. So that's just my personal thing. So just below center, I'm going to be doing my eye line. Right, let's knock the opacity down on that, and let's move up. Now I want to find the T shape in my boy. So you can really go into, quite accurate detail with this if you wanted to. You can sort of, let me go back to this layer again. You can sort of really get the shape of the eyes. If you're that good at spotting it, and really shape your eyes ready for your T shape. So there's the T shape that we're sort of looking for there. As I said, he's younger cutesy look, so the eyes are kind of wider and the nose is a little bit closer. Usually, in general, if the nose is going up, then the mouth is going down usually. If not, and the mouth is up as well, because everybody's different, this in turn will push the chin down. Something's got to give somewhere. This is how features are all relatable to each other. So, go back to our original sketch, and I'm just trying to look for that T shape. So I've just sketched it out, so I kind of know what I'm after. And I can see that I'm also checking, by the way, the angle of his eyes. What is going on with this iPad? I got this temporary screen protector on. It's like a paper-like. It's just temporary. Just take it off when you want. Put it back on. And fair play, I do like it. It's stayed on for a while now, which is unlike me. But the best part is you just whip it off whenever you want to. Really digging it. I think the brand was Belkin. I'm not 100% sure on that. So, angle of eyes. If we imagine everything on the face has got an anchor and a pivot point. So if we say this is an anchor point, if we say that's an anchor point, this is the pivot point, okay? So is it up here? It pivots, it moves. Is it down here? Everybody's eye is different. You see? Even the face has got a pivot point, so let's look for the widest part of the cheekbone and then say this is the pivot point. Is it in here? Is it out there? You see? But that's the anchor point. The nose has also got an anchor point. Let's do it right at the bottom there. So that's the base of your nose. And then we've got pivot points. Is it up here? Down there? Everybody's nose is different. So it's a good little way of just quickly, if you think of it like an anchor point and a pivot point, you can quickly spot angles. Mouth, anchor point, pivot points. Are they up here? Are they down there? Those pivot points can go anywhere. It's all relatable. So yeah, that's my thought process when I am looking for angles. So you can see my boy's eyes, they're kind of pretty straight on really. So we're gonna start nice and wide, and we're just gonna go straight across like so. And I'm gonna kind of wing the shape of his eye there, and then meet back in the middle. And then the nose, I'm going to be just sort of, I want it to be shorter than that length of the eyes to get that cutesy feel. So that's that. So that's the T shape, and the mouth is just below there. And then the head shape is just your run-of-the-mill standard little curvy face. Kids and children in general, their heads appear quite larger than adults. You sort of grow into that. You grow into your head as you age. So looking at that there, I've just given myself the right fundamentals to draw my boy, you know. So I can lower the opacity, and now we'll go in with a little inky pen. Let's go in with this, and let's start about there. And there. It's a strange pen, this is kind of angled. Fun though. And let's go around there, around there. You know, I'm not looking to draw a masterpiece, I'm trying to just show you the method to see if we can get a likeness, see if it works. Okay, eyebrows are sort of following the same path. as the top of the eye, and then meeting back down. Nose, pretty all even there. And mouth. Chin. Pushed it up a little bit because I want to try and get the cutesy thing going. Goes quite out of the drawer. With this particular brush, at the angle I'm at, I usually like to draw a bit more leaned over than this. That's why I'm finding the angles a bit awkward. So there we go. That's the method in effect, and as you can see, it's given us a little bit of a likeness, and we can work with that. We could lower the opacity and go in and sort that out, and that's decent. That's good. That's a good little likeness we got there. Obviously, the most important thing when starting to do character draws is completely forget about details. If there's one thing I would change about this, I would have brought it up a little bit. Now it looks more like him. So yeah, it's good. It's decent. It's given us a good sort of image of the boy, my boy, and yeah. So that worked. Let's try again. Delete them out. Knock that off. Let's get another reference. Knock that off. Okay. So this one will be fun because this is kind of a distinctive T shape, isn't it? So let's just do our circle. I'm not even going to use the pencil. I'm just going to go in with this brush. So he's looking down there, and I'm just trying to get that center line there. Knock the opacity down and go above. And now let's sort our T shape out. So I'd say we're kind of going up and across. Oh, I'm on the same layer again. Flipping! I swear this iPad's dying. It's dying on me. Bloody year old. Okay, so let's do the T shape. And I'm getting that sort of shape for his eyes. And I can see what's going on with the bottom of his T at his nose. Can you see there was much wider there like that? That's the sort of thing. It's also much longer. Is it? Not really. That's the sort of shape I'm getting from his T shape. Obviously we got a bit of a downward shape too. Yeah, okay. His mouth is really close to his nose, which usually would give us a big chin, but not in this case. So we got to make that space up somewhere, and I think I'm going to make it up with the sides of his face. It's going to come somewhere, so I'll work that out now. So let's just put his mouth in there. Chin. Ears are quite large, so I'm just going to go mad with them. Why not? It's supposed to be funny. Mad with them. Hair. Just looking at the angles of his head shape there. I'm just trying to knock his hair in. Yeah, now I mean you can already see there, we haven't actually drawn eyes, nose and mouth. Well, we've drawn the mouth kind of, but you can even just see that it's got a resemblance to this guy. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Obviously when we go to lower our opacity now, we've got a fundamental base to build on, which already looks like our guy. So let's go ahead and draw his eyes in. Like so. Heavy liddage going on there. And his eyebrows hang low, don't they? They hang straight down there like so. Sorry if you can hear like a lawnmower outside. Someone's going mad with it. Bit of baggage going on. Nothing wrong with a bit of baggage. Right, nose. Round there. We swoop down, and like so. And that mouth. Bit of a beardage moustache going on. And we can do the chin. Again, I'm not even contemplating detail and fineries in this. I'm just seeing if I can grab a likeness with the most simple method going. Put a bit of an ear in there, put his hair in. And we will put a bit of the old wrinkles in. Bit of hair up there, like so. Yeah. I mean, it does carry a resemblance to the guy. Maybe, you know, without being too rude, his face looks more extreme than mine. Maybe. I think it's because of that what I said earlier, where if you pulling the nose down, it pulls the mouth up. Pushes the eyes apart, but it should, if you're pushing the mouth up, it should push the chin down. And yeah, it's kind of a funny one because his chin is not that big in correspondence to his head. Okay, so I mean, to fix this, I probably would, when I go in with my next go, I think I would take the head up even bigger, like that, and I think I would bring this jaw in as well. I would sort of kind of give it a bit of that. But yeah, not bad, not bad. It's got a bit of a resemblance going on. I mean, it looks like him, and it didn't take long to work out what we were doing. You know, we didn't get sort of no confusion. We just did our T-shape and whapped out a quick picture of him. Let's try another one. If I keep that there, delete that. Don't know what that is. Delete that. Delete that. What's this? Absolutely nothing. Okay. Let's try another. And let's do the same thing. Same brush. Circle. She's slightly at the angle, so she's not looking central. This will be interesting. See if the T works with this. So she's kind of looking over that direction. And if her eyes are quite high, so I'm just going to straight away go with that. Only want ever so slight down look. There we go, I'll do. Right, let's knock the opacity down, go a layer up. T-shape. I'd say we're sort of going, I mean, like I'm not going to explain this one on the photo, I'm just going to do it. I'd say we're sort of going down and then up. And around and across like so. I'd say that's the T-shape there. I'd say the nose comes down and around. And it's quite thin at the top of the bridge. I'd say that's the T-shape. Mouth. Again, this is a bit of a new one to me because of the perspective that we're looking. Mouth can sort of go in there. I'm not trying to nail an expression, I'm just trying to get the features in the right place. Chin. She's got a narrow face, hasn't she? So it's quite important to get that. So we're sort of going at this angle, and just before we get to our T, we'll be coming back in like so, and then we go back up. So around like so, up there, put a bit of a ear there, which sort of gets tucked away. I know I'm not using a sketch pen, but I'm actually, this is just a sketch. I'm trying to loosely block in what's going on. That bandana thing on her head, snood, whatever it is. Some hair locks going on. Okay, let's see if I have my T right. Lower the opacity, and this is the angle I said the eyes were at. Okay, so let's try it. May have gone up a bit too high there. Never mind, let's run with it. See if it works at angles. Already seeing a difference, so the T-shape is not so accurate this time, I don't think. But we'll just carry on through it and we'll talk about that difference and maybe any possible mistakes we made. Oh god, it does me. Bandana in there, let's just quickly scoot through the unimportant stuff because I can already see it's pretty bad. Okay, so we've completely lost everything on that one, haven't we? It's not really picking up any likeness. The head shape's not there. It's pretty miserable. So let's see if we can work out why. So the angle of the eyes is wrong straight away, so I must have had the T. I mean, I've gone with the curvature of the eye on the T, but maybe not the actual lines that the eye was running. So it's a bit tricky to see, I suppose. To be fair, she's not the easiest to draw. Obviously we've lost a lot of mass here, and we at the top of the head should have been way... It should have been way up. Should have there. That should have been the top of the head. There's a lot more mass at the top from there to there than at the bottom. Whereas mine, there's not really much difference. So I bet just by doing that will help straight away. Yeah, so that's interesting. Completely lost on that one. Let's try it again using the same circle. Is this even the circle we used for this one? Maybe that's where we went wrong. Maybe that's what gave us the head, the wrong size head. So what circle am I? Okay, circle. Looking that way. Let's go straight center with this one. And let's try again. T shape. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Trying to just keep this side a bit shorter with the perspective in mind this time. Boom, 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 and mouth. So that head really does go up quite a lot more. Okay. Let's see if it's any better. Let's see if that T-shape's any better. Got a new sort of line to work by this time. I think this looks more like her. It's not, you know, it's not a good drawing, but I think it looks more like who is supposed to look like this time. So it's worked better, the T-shape this time. She's a tricky one to draw, to be fair. So yeah, I mean, when you think about the pen I'm using and how much I'm brushing, yeah, I mean, I could work with that. I could go back over and sort that out, no problem. I could even liquefy a few things to try and sort that out too. And there's a lot of head over there, which I just seemingly forgot. It's a funny one. It's a funny one at perspectives. You have to bear in mind that as the perspective changes, you know, your T-shape might look like that from the side, wrapped around the face. You need to remember, it's going to be foreshortened. So, it's one to bear in mind. But yeah, it's a good method. Give it a go. Give it a go. I'd recommend just doing them like, let me see if I can still find the one I did of this guy where it looked like him before I even did the features. Looks like that's the one I deleted. Typical. There's the finished one of him. I mean, it worked a treat on him, but let's be honest, he was easy to draw. My boy. Again, worked on him. I know the eyes are a bit wonky, they're not perfectly in place, blah blah blah, but the fundamentals are there. We could sort that out, no problem. You know, maybe his head is going a little more even bigger. Even though I felt like I did it huge, it could still go bigger, I feel. Let me take those ears out a bit of a different shape as well. Yeah, I worked a treat really on the first two. We had a bit of a battle with that lady. I mean, she wasn't the easiest person in the world to draw. And we ended up with a right old mess. But on the last one we did there, even though the perspective is just pathetic, it actually got some resemblance. We could work with that. We could sort of go over and work with it. Give it a go. Just do some of these. If I just grab another picture, grab Ashley. Have a go. So just try and map out a circle like so. Get your line. Lower the opacity and look for your T-shape. Okay? Look for your T-shape. You can see she is straight across there. It's put me on the same layer again. I'm getting sick of this iPad. I think it's time. It's nearly time to change. And we're going down like this, aren't we? And we're going back out for the nose. Nice big mouth. Here. And then the eyebrows would sort of follow suit wherever they are. Yeah, and I would just practice doing that without even doing the details. Just get used to getting those big shapes in the right place. I think it could help you a treat. Anyway, I just wanted to come on and have a little doodle sketch with you, show you what I'm doing rather than just doing it myself. So yeah, the method is the T shape, and we're looking for, to me, the most important two things about getting a resemblance. In caricature, you've got to be quick to make your decision. So I don't look at, ears. I know you see caricatures with big ears. That's an afterthought for me. The most important thing is the T shape. That's the focal point. That's your triangle, that's where people look and focus on. So get your T shape right, and then the head shape. And you cannot go wrong. You could do anything with the mouth, really. You could just put any old little line in. If you could do any old hairstyle, it doesn't matter. But if you get the head shape and the T shape right, if you're good and quick at that, then yeah, welcome to being a caricaturist. Guys, well, thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon. Bye.